How to awaken the divine feminine. There are 5 ways that I recommend for people to understand how to awaken the divine feminine or connect to that energy. Number 1, it is acknowledgement. Acknowledging the fact that there is feminine energy a part of the Supreme Being. The feminine aspect of consciousness and energy is the first thing you need to be able to do. That God or your Supreme Being or the collective consciousness entails both of these sides of duality. Number 2 is to educate yourself. Educate yourself and gain knowledge. When you start to educate yourself on the divine feminine as well as the divine masculine, you'll be able to recognize the different concepts. For instance, divine feminine has to do with the whole, the entirety of a certain thing. It encompasses the whole, where masculine energy can be very linear, where it's step by step or a hierarchy moving from one point to another up, but it has to do with a more linear vision where feminine energy has to do with the collective or the wholeness of a thing. Feminine energy has to do with the shadow or darkness, a void, where masculine energy has a lot to do with light. It's connected to light. Feminine energy is contraction and masculine energy is expansion. So understanding these different aspects and concepts of duality, you'll be able to know more and understand more about the divine feminine and make that connection. Number 3 is building the connection. So you have to take action. You have to take action just like you would with connecting to your ancestors or connecting to an individual. You have to take steps to build the space for it to happen. Literally building a sacred space for the divine feminine energy. Connecting to that energy during meditation. There are certain meditation exercises that you can do to connect your consciousness to the divine feminine. So building the connection and working on that is number 3. Number 4 is observing this energy within yourself and recognizing it in other people and other situations and other things. So going back to number 2, when you understand and you have educated yourself on these different concepts, you'll be able to recognize it and observe it. So you can observe yourself, for instance, if you're in a creative flow, that is divine feminine energy. So you're operating in that energy at the time when you feel very creative. So being able to observe that energy throughout your life is number 4. And number 5 is venerating and reconciling. So it is important for, if you are a woman, you can venerate the divine feminine within yourself by pampering yourself, doing a lot of self-care, taking care of yourself, recognizing when you need help or you need a time to relax. So venerating yourself. And if you are not female, venerating other physical females in your life. Women, females of good character in your life or your community or your society. That is one way of how you can venerate. And reconciling has a lot to do with mending problematic areas or challenged areas that you may have with other physical women around you in your life, or the consciousness of how you think about physical women. That has a lot to do with reconciling and making amends and healing in that way. So whether you're male or female and you have issues with connecting to women, working with women, these are things that you would need to heal to awaken the divine feminine within yourself. Also, you can venerate and reconcile with the spiritual energies, such as specific deities of cultures, different cultures. Every culture has some feminine, divine feminine archetype. Even if it's Christianity, then they have concepts like Mary and Mary Magdalene. These are divine feminine archetypes. So venerating and recognizing and reconciling any connection with divine feminine archetypes in your culture or your spiritual system is a way to lift up, but you have to do both. So you can't just connect to the spiritual energies and say, I practice Ifa Orisha and I work with Oshun and I give offerings to Yemoja, but you still have these very strained relationships with women, physical women in your community. Then you would have to do both. You can't just do one and not the other. You have to do both to show veneration and to reconcile. And those are 5 good, strong ways to awaken the divine feminine or strengthen your connection with that energy.